Welcome to That Space. Happy Monday. It's Unsolicited Advice, reporting from somewhere underground. We're laughing away through the end of days. I'm your host, as always, Caleb Salvatore. We're brought to you by Outlaw Streamers, Live 365, Chris Baker Radio, and, of course, Blood of Tyrants Wines. If you go to drinkbloodofTyrants.com and you use the promo code BASED, BASED, like the title of the show, you'll save 10% off your order. At the checkout, they've got two types of wine, both red and white, along with the liquid Freedom Energy drink that you see pictured over there. DrinkbloodofTyrants.com with the promo code BASED saves you 10% off your order at the checkout on the only brand of wine, to my knowledge, that has been featured in a Vice News article on domestic extremism in America. DrinkbloodofTyrants.com with the promo code BASED. You'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. All right. Mia's back. Stockholm Mia, the red face of white supremacy's back for Unsolicited Advice. She's found a couple stories for us. What do you have to say about these? Any prelim? Any tease here?
No, nothing bad.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about
no
that.
trigger warnings this week. The trigger warnings are from me, not the audience, by the way.
No trigger warnings.
All right, first one says, this is on a Facebook post from an anonymous member. The worst thing we ever did on Facebook was allow people to post anonymously because it lets them act like cowards when the whole point of Facebook is to own your shit. Advice, wedding gift. 15 years ago, we were invited to my husband's cousin's wedding at an expensive venue. We were really struggling at the time. We had done our wedding at the courthouse, no honeymoon or vacation, to use what little savings we had to buy a small beat-up starter home. We attended the wedding and scraped up a gift of $175, $250 in today's dollars. I love how she rounded up for it. She accounted for inflation in this. Like, by the way, $250 by today's standards. It took a while to save it up. That day, I was going to write a check, but my husband said to give them cash so they would have it for the honeymoon. Well, they posted all about their honeymoon on Facebook, and someone broke into their house, stole all the wedding money that they did not put into the bank before they went. Stupid. Stop posting about these things if you've got anything worth stealing. Is people don't realize how easy it is for somebody to get their address. Stop. Real simple. Don't make a public Facebook post. Post the honeymoon pictures after you get back. It says they posted about their honeymoon. She contacted me asking me to rewrite the check. I told her, unfortunately, we had given cash. She told me to give it to them again. Oh, absolutely not. No chance. I gave you the cash. It's not my fault that your fucking shit got stolen from you because you were an idiot who bragged about it on Facebook and evidently didn't even bother to lock it up in a safe before you left. It says, I said that unfortunately we could not. It took us months to save for that. She said we were stiffing her on her gift. Oh, my God. No, you stiffed yourself by being a dumbass. I said I was sorry on what happened and would attest to her homeowner's insurance the amount I gave. Since she said she was making a claim, she told all of the family and friends we gave her nothing and did not invite us to her kids' baby showers and birthday parties. It's effectively cutting us out of her life. Our kids go to the same school and do not even know they're related. Wow, this is over $175. She's saying this. She's ruined. She has burned that bridge. Fast forward, we're doing much better financially now. After years of saving and sacrifice, we can take vacations and make donations. She brought this up again to mutual family. Would you give the money now that you could? Not only would I not give her the money, I would send her a Venmo request. You know, for a fee of just the years of stupidity I've had to put up with her. Look, I get it. It's your wedding. It's a sour ending to your honeymoon. You're not in the best of you're not in the best of moods. You're probably a little irrational and emotional, given all the things that are going on. This emotional roller coaster you just took. So it's reasonable that you might not say the most rational things. That you might demand somebody give you more cash because you were an idiot who didn't even bother to lock your money up before you left on your publicly shared honeymoon, and somebody found out where you lived and robbed you. All of that aside, to let this go on for this many years, to torch that bridge with a family member, no, absolutely not. I wouldn't give this person a dime, because giving them a dime admits that you were wrong. This isn't about the money. This is about the principle of the matter. You admit that you were wrong, and you weren't wrong. They need to apologize. They need to admit that they fucked up and try to mend the relationship with you, not the other way around, because you did nothing wrong here. You didn't make them act stupid. I remember one time I wrote a friend a check. We bet $5 on a baseball game, and it was, or a basketball game, and it was just a dumb bet. And he cashed the check and lost the money, and he wanted me to write him another check. I told him, I wrote you a check, you cashed it, it came out of my account. I wrote him a check as a joke for $5 because I wanted to inconvenience him by making him go to the bank to get $5 out because I was that mad that I lost the bet. And he lost the money, and it was something similar, but it was obviously not as serious. We didn't ruin our relationship over that. It was something totally different that destroyed that friendship. Otherwise, anyways, no, you are not in the wrong here. I would not give them a dime. What would you say, Mia?
No, I wouldn't give him the money back.
The audacity. That person never once considered they were wrong.
Yeah, I would still harbor the resentment.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give him the money back.
I'll tell you what, on our honeymoon, we just brought all of it with us in cash. And I'll tell you what, flying into fucking San Francisco with like $4,000 worth of cash in that town can be a little nerve-wracking. Just a little, yeah, not good. No fun, given the fact that it's a crime-ridden communist hellhole. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one's brought to you by Hot Salt, where you can go to firecracker.farm and use the promo code BASED to save 10% off your order at the checkout. Firecracker.farm, not .com, .org, or .net. They have this great product called Hot Salt. Hot Salt is a combination of Mediterranean sea salt, scorpion pepper, Carolina Reaper, and ghost pepper. Hot Salt goes great on everything, and you can save 10% off your order at the checkout at firecracker.farm with the promo code BASED, like the title of the show. All right. Am I the asshole? Hold on. For still getting on a flight home when my two young coworkers I was traveling with weren't at the airport yet and were obviously going to miss it. I wonder why you picked this one. It says, I'll tell you what it says if it lets me pull it up. Right now it's not letting me expand the article. Great. I love my fucking piece of shit iPad. Oh no, I got it. We're good. It says, this past week I was presented with an industry award in Nashville that an agency partner nominated me for. I am a director at my company. My company decided to send 2 junior-level employees to the event as well because they thought it would be a good experience for them. A specialist who has been with us for a little over a year, 25 female, first job out of college, and a summer intern, 21 female, rising senior. They are not on my team. Report up through separate VP, and I have very limited / no interaction with them in daily work life. They were very excited to be going. This was going to... Because what could go wrong here? Sending 2 girls in their early 20s to Nashville for a work trip. I'm sure a lot of work's going to get done on that trip. I'm sure they were very excited to be going. This was going to be the specialist's first time on a plane. Lots of Teams chats asking what to wear, etc. We were... By the way, what to wear? Doesn't matter what you wear. Pants, shirt, shorts, none of that matters. Wear flip-flops. Go on that plane barefoot and disgust the TSA. I make a point to do it every time I fly. It's fucking hilarious. It's definitely worth it. Says, we were flying in Thursday morning and leaving Friday evening, so it was a very short trip, but I tried to help share information about the event, types of attendees, awards were set, blah, blah. I'm not reading all this. You don't need that. There's so much I could say, but I'll try to highlight key points. The specialist barely made the Thursday morning flight because she doesn't have a real ID and had to do extra screening. She had no idea what a real ID was. Do I have a real ID? I do? Okay. She had no... It's good, because I'm about to fly in like 2 weeks, and I don't think I'm going to have time to get one. It says, she had no idea what a real ID was, or the basic rules of flying, liquid restrictions, etc. She was very upset that they made her throw away some of her skincare that was over 3 ounces, which is kind of a ridiculous rule. But, and I acknowledge that it's ridiculous. I tried to bring spray-on sunscreen in one time when I flew, and they took it from me. And I'm like, you know, as retarded as that rule is, it is what it is. I'm the idiot. I'm not going to change the system. I'm the idiot for not for not thinking, for flushing my brain down the toilet when I'm packing. You know, I mean, there's no terrorist that's going to take over a plane with a can of sunscreen. Although I was very upset because when I got to the hotel, Mia, this was in Vegas. How much do you think this can of sunscreen was? Any guess? In a Vegas hotel gift shop.
Oh, $10.
Way more.
17.
$85
No.
for a little. I did not buy it. I walked my happy ass to CVS across the street and got one for like $6. It says, I pulled her aside. It says, let's see, Thursday night event was country western themed. While a majority of people there were business casual, the intern shows up. There's no. She's 21 years old, and they told her country western theme. What did they think was going to happen? In a bandana tube top, micro skirt, cowboy boots, and a cowboy hat. I pulled her aside and asked if she wanted to run upstairs and change since it was still a business event, and she said she was fine and she thought she looked cute and on theme. After ceremony, I invite them to join me with some colleagues I knew from other companies in the hotel bar, but they tell me they want to check out Broadway. Yeah, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I make a face and say this would be a good networking opportunity. They make, come on, mom, jokes. And so I tell them to be safe and remind them the time and location of the first session the next day. Text them around 11 p.m. that I hope they got back safe. No response. Went to bed. Text them the next morning, offering to meet them for coffee before morning sessions. No response. No idea if they actually attended any sessions or saw my panel, but I did find them in the hotel lobby afterward looking incredibly hungover. Have about 2 hours after event is over. And before we need to go to the airport, I invite them to late lunch with our agency partners. They decline because they want to go to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Again, well, what did I tell you? This was not going to be a work trip. I haven't pre-screened or read any of this. I knew where this was going. Make a face and say, I don't know if they will have time, and think it would be a good opportunity for them to spend time with our agency. They act like I'm the wet blanket, so I tell them I'm leaving for the airport from the hotel at 4 p.m. sharp and meet in the lobby so we can share a lift. Text them at 3:45, lift's arriving in 15 minutes, no response. Text them that the lift has arrived and I'm leaving for the airport, no response. Text them when I get to the airport, tell them security line is long, neither had pre-check, no response. Text them when I get to I'm assuming this is a woman who wrote this. She's giving them way more slack than I would have. They would have gotten one text, hey, lift is here. After that, it's not my fucking problem. It's 2025. Text messages don't just disappear into cyberspace anymore. Like, I know for a fact that you're getting this. Whether you choose to show up or not is entirely up to you. She's giving them way more courtesy than I would have. It says, text them when I get to the gate, please give me some sign of life. Intern sends very short response about 10 minutes later. In lift, there's traffic, nothing else. Text them, flight is starting to board, no response. Text them when I'm in my seat, boarding is about to end, no response. Doors closed, they don't make it. I put my phone in airplane mode. Land a couple hours later to a barrage of text from them. They're stranded in Nashville. Well, you guys had such a good time in Nashville. Sounds perfect. Says they don't know what to do, how to rebook, who to call for help, etc. I also have an angry voicemail from the specialist mom that I abandoned her daughter in Nashville. This is the most stereotypical Gen Z bullshit I've ever read. Totally blow all your responsibilities off. Don't focus at work. Work pays for you to go out there, and you do absolutely nothing on behalf of work. And then to top it all off, you have your mother call the person who gave you way more chances than you deserved after you decided to take a business trip and bullshit around for a couple nights. She's never flown and has anxiety. She's having a panic attack at the airport and needs medical attention. Also, she could be human trafficked. Well, there you go, because that's how it works. They just scoop 21-year-old white girls up at the airport, for those of you that didn't know. I call specialist and intern back. Both phones ring, but neither pick up. Text them to see if they're able to rebook. No response. Forward them email with our business travel info with after-hours contact and text them that I sent the email. No response. Maybe they did get trafficked. Texted an hour or so later to see if they were okay. No response. Did not call the mom back, as you shouldn't have. Also have a text from their director. Don't know her well. Just started with the company a couple weeks ago, asking what's going on. I send her a brief overview and screenshots of all my unanswered texts to them from earlier in the day, along with the transcript of the voicemail I got from the mom. She acknowledges my response. No further dialogue. Now I get an invite for a Monday morning meeting from that director and their VP and our C-suite leader. My VP is on PTO. I feel like these are adults. I was communicative, and I'm ultimately not responsible for their decisions. Yeah, so this is what happens when companies coddle the weak. This is the parents coddled these people and made life too easy for them. The fact the mom would even call. How'd the mom get the number? That's totally inappropriate. companies are just as guilty with this, specifically with Gen Z employees. Remember what I told you? Gen Z kids are either the most driven, dedicated people you'll ever meet, or total emotional basket cases that should be put in mental institutions, not allowed to vote and not allowed to reproduce. There is no in between with Gen Z. And these companies are a big part of the problem because they don't want to deal with the HR headache. There's this bullshit concept that you have to have 3 strikes to fire somebody. Hello, sweetheart. You're in an at-will employment state. Just can these fucking lunatics. And they've decided to make... So I don't feel bad for companies that are dealing with this bullshit. I can't imagine they're going to fire this woman because a couple of interns threw a hissy fit and she won an award. No. I would record the entire meeting, first and foremost, if I were in a one-party state. And no, absolutely not. This person's not in the wrong. Like I said, she gave them way more chances than I would have. You would have gotten 1, maybe 2 text messages from me. Anything beyond that, it is entirely up to you. It is not, you are an adult. You want to be treated like a professional. You're on a professional trip. It is entirely up to you to get your shit together. This is not my problem. What do you think?
I agree. They should have. I mean, yeah, it's Nashville. It's fun, but you're there for work.
Yeah.
You're not on a vacation. If
Yeah.
you want to do fun things, take your own vacation.
Right. Exactly. It's just immaturity is all it is.
I'd also be curious to know if they actually attended any of the speakers or panels that they were supposed to.
Guarantee you they didn't. And they're going to try to throw her under the bus and get her in trouble for this when she was the only adult in the room. Because, again, companies have decided to coddle the weak. All right, last one. Dog is a threat to my marriage. Happily married to my wife for 17 years. We have a 3-year-old adorable Shih Tzu, Bichon mix named Chloe. Side note, Bichons are not adorable. Impossible. My wife just admitted to me that she comes downstairs in the morning. Chloe does her morning greeting stretch. She never says big stretch, like ever. Is this grounds to dissolve the marriage? Not sure I can continue. Not only is it grounds to dissolve the marriage, you need to report your wife to the Humane Society for cruelty to animals, because that is despicable.
Big stretch.
Big stretch. Hopefully the dog's not afraid of McDonald's toys. Anyway, that has been our show. We're going to go watch the King of the Hill reboot. They're not a sponsor of ours, but you should go watch them too. We'll see you on Wednesday. Good take, bad take is back. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse. And stay based.
I don't know you.